Hello and welcome to the Critic Accolades. I'm Monk, and today, yes, we are doing a tips video for Anno 117 Pax Romana. Now, for anyone that's kind of dived into this game, they very quickly realize just how complicated this game can be and how your game can spiral out of control very, very quickly. So hopefully this tips video is going to give you an idea of some key points to kind of look out for from the very beginning of your game, and I'm hoping that whether you're someone that's just picking this game up for the first time, or of course someone that has been playing for a while, that you'll find something useful in this video. If it does help you out, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, because we're going to be putting out more videos just like this. Now, as you can see right now, my city is doing pretty good. We are accumulating a lot of money very, very quickly, which is quite helpful. Now, there's some key things to kind of look out for in order to get your city to be growing as fast. And one of those things to think about is to be planning ahead. When it comes to Anno games, forward thinking and planning accordingly can massively help your game. Don't just shove a building down because the game tells you you need to put it down in order to progress the story mode. You need to make sure that you put that building down with a little bit of foresight and building the infrastructure around it to make it work. Now, one of the biggest tips is going to be to check out your accolades and your Hall of Fame. As you progress through this game, you'll earn yourself accolades. Now, if you open up the accolades window just literally by clicking on your profile, on your governor, you will see a load of things that the game wants you to kind of tick off. And if you manage to tick off this list, you'll earn yourself accolade points. Now, there's loads of these, and as you play through your game, you will passively do this without necessarily having to target that thing. However, if you then go into Hall of Fame, you're able to spend your accolade points to unlock things to be permanent upgrades and permanent improvements on your entire game. Not just the game that you're playing right now, but also future games and future repeat plays. Even being able to unlock some governors, being able to unlock bigger and better ships, or if you progress far enough, even a different unique god that of course will give you extra buffs and bonuses. This is something that could be really easily overlooked. Now, another tip is to remember that you can actually change your patronage whenever you want. Yes, you may have doubled down and gone with one god, and you may have a lot of devotion, but don't be afraid to switch it up when needed, because that devotion that you have acquired will very quickly replenish. You're not really losing anything, you're just making sure that you maximize the bonuses that you need. Now, another tip is going to be to upgrade your storage. If you've played, you'll very quickly realize you are capping on storage very early in your game. But if you head into research, you can actually unlock trading post improvements, which is the easiest and quickest way to get extra storage in your game at the start of your game by an extra 75 tons. Now, when you acquire more people, they're going to want more things. In fact, the list of things that they want is never ending, but you're going to be needing to keep an eye on it. Things like fire protection, markets, the city watch, medics, all these things are going to buff the mood of your population. Now, it's very easy to say, yes, each individual building is going to be improving, the general mood of your populace. But the real tip is to plan accordingly. There are maybe 4 or 5 buildings, core buildings, that you're always going to want to put down. Now, putting them down in the middle of a, heavy housing district is going to give you the best rewards. Now, I believe there's a reason why Roman city planning was so good, and this is one of those things. Also, upgrading the paths, the pavements into better roads will also mean that these type of buildings will have a better area of effect. Now, yes, it can be very costly to do so, and that's something you might want to do later game. but keep it in mind for the future. Plan accordingly with your city and you will very quickly see those rewards. If you've already made these mistakes, you can obviously pre-plan the next housing district, because after all, you know, the more population you have, the more money that you will get. So you're going to be putting down an awful lot of houses, because people equal taxes, taxes equal money. And we all want more money. It's just, unfortunately, we have to make sure that we manage those needs. Otherwise, you're going to have some very unruly population. Now, as you may have established by now playing, if not, there is actually two different types of population. You have one population that will, for instance, be your base workforce for your city watch, or maybe there be your base workforce for your farmers. But then you've got another population, a secondary population, that live in upgraded houses that are more your workers and your traders and stuff like that. You're going to be needing both of these things, so don't go around upgrading every single house into a tier 2, because it's just not going to work for you. However, did you know that instead of demolishing your houses, if for instance you have built too many of that secondary population, you can actually downgrade it? This is something that I didn't realize that we could do, and I played for entirely too long before I realized you could actually just downgrade houses instead of straight up demolishing them. This works out a lot better for you, especially if you plan on rebuilding those houses that you were demolishing. The last tip is going to be really the first one you actually needed, so I do apologize, but wood, lumber, timber is going to be the backbone of your civilization from the very beginning. So do yourself a favor, don't just create the one where it tells you, oh, just create one, find, you know, a good amount of trees, stick it down and be done. Make yourself 2 or even 3 right near the start of your game, so that way you never need to think about it again. This is going to be where upgrading your port is going to be really helpful, because of course you're going to have that extra space for that extra timber that you're going to be able to create. But there we have it, guys. That is some starter beginner tips for you. Let me know down in the comments if any of these helped. And of course, if you have tips, if you have something that you want to share to, you know, help the community get better at this game, let us know down in the comments. It'd be really great to have, you know, some input from the community just to help us all grow. We also have an active and growing Discord. I'll include the link for that down below in the description of the video. It'd be great to get more people involved in the Discord. That way, when we run into issues, or perhaps we find something game breaking that we can all take advantage of, we actually get to grow as a community. But until next time, I've been a monk, who've been a critic Kudos, and I'll see you in the next video real soon. Until then, take it easy and happy gaming.
The birthday drape, and don't we all?
I don't currently have any drape productions, Emperor.
No, and I wouldn't expect you to.